Quickly before the video starts, if you guys are new to the channel and want to drop a sub, it's 100% free and it helps with the channel more than you can imagine. And one more thing I'd like to mention, for this tutorial, you guys will need the BCC plugins. If you don't have them, join my Discord server, the link is in the description. Now let's begin with the tutorial. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is go into the Google Drive folder that I provided in the description below, and let's download the 185 damage, just like this. From here, you can save it to wherever you want on your computer. I'm just going to save it to my downloads and let's hit save. Let's also download the font, which is Burbank Bay Condense. Save this to wherever you want on your computer, then hit save. And lastly, let's download the thumbnail project file. And once again, save it wherever you like, then hit save. To install the font, make sure you guys have your DaVinci Resolve closed. Then go to wherever you downloaded your font. Let's open it up just like this. And then from here, you guys would hit install. I'm getting an overwrite error because I already have the font installed, but essentially you guys would want to install this. Now once you have your fonts installed, the next thing we can do is open up this DaVinci Resolve project file. So let's double click on it just like this. Now once the project file is fully loaded, it should look like this. You're going to have a media offline, and that's going to be the 185 damage. So from here, go over here where it says 185 damage, right click on it and select replace selected clip. And then from here, go to wherever you downloaded the 185 damage. So for me, it's right here, then hit open. From here, the project file should load, so now it should look like this. Now from here, let's drag in our clip that we're going to use for our thumbnail. So in my case, it's this clip right here. Let's drag it into our timeline. Let's right click on it and select unlink clips and then delete the clip's audio as we do not need it. And from here, find the frame where you get the kill. So in my case, it's about right here. And what you want to do is go a couple frames after where the character pulls out the gun. So in my case, something like this will be a good frame. So where you found the frame that you're going to want to use, let's cut our clip just like this and then delete the excess on the left hand side. And this portion on the right hand side, let's right click on it, go to change clip speed, and then select freeze frame, then hit change. Now from here, drag this under the compound clip just like this. And you can re-extend this a little bit longer if you want to. Once you have your clip fully inserted, let's click on it just like this and make sure inspector is open. So just click inspector if you don't. Let's put the zoom to 1.2, then the rotation angle, let's put the -5 just like this. Now from here, let's right click on our clip, select open in Fusion page. From here, let's hit Control space on our keyboard and type in paint just like this, then hit enter. Now from here, select both of the brushes just like this. And the zoom in, you hold Control on your keyboard and then you scroll in with your scroll wheel. Now from here, what we want to do is select the point that we're going to use to cover up this name. So in my case, I'm going to use this portion of the ramp. So I'm going to hold Alt and left click just like this. So now we have our point selected. And from here, I'm just going to brush over my name just like this. Same thing goes for the eliminated. Hold Alt, left click, so we select a new point and brush over our name just like this. It's the same process for the other side. Let's go right here, hold Alt, left click, and then kind of brush over it just like this. If you need to rework it, you can. It's not always going to be perfect, but something like this should be good. It's going to look very scuffed at first, but don't worry, the name will cover it up. Now from here, we can just repeat this process with our damage numbers. Let's hold Alt, left click and drag. Just kind of brush over it just like this. From here, let's repeat it for the other digits. Kind of brush over it. Same thing for this one right here. And yeah, I think that'd be pretty good. If we put it back to fit just like this, you can't even tell that it looks that bad. Now from here, let's go back into the edit tab just like this. Now to actually change the name, if you guys do not want phase sway, what you want to do is go to right here where you have the timeline view options and click on the first option just like this. Now from here on this middle compound clip, let's right click on it and select open in timeline. Now from here, let's click on the top text and put the name to wherever you would like. So maybe something like NRG clicks will work. And please note, you guys might have to change the position. So to do that, let's go to layout. And from here, the only thing we want to change is the X axis, just like this. So depending on how long your name is, you might have to move it to the right or you might have to move it to the left. So something like this should be good. Now what we can do is go back in the timeline number 1, just like this. And as you can tell, our name has changed. And if you guys want to change the overall position of the name, click on the compound clip, and in the inspector tab, you can change it to wherever you would like. So you may have to raise it or lower it. You can also change the rotation angle, but essentially just play around, see what works best for you. But in my case, these settings work perfect. And same thing goes with the damage numbers right here. You can change the position of the damage numbers just like this. You can raise it, lower it, you can make it bigger or smaller. It just depends on your clip to see what works best for you. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for the editing part. It's pretty much just playing around to see what works best for you. But to actually get the thumbnail now, let's go inside the color tab, right click on our preview window and select grab still. Now this should pop up. Let's right click on it and select export with display LUT, and then save this to wherever you want on your computer. But before we save it, let's switch it to a PNG just like this, and then you can name it whatever. So I'm just gonna name it something like 1, then hit export. Now from here, this next step is optional, but what you can do is go inside the Google Drive that I provided and open up the text document just like this. From here, copy this URL link and then paste it into your browser just like this. Now from here, it should be the first link. Click on it just like this. From here, make sure PNG is selected, then select upload files, and then select your thumbnail. So mine is right here. Let's hit open. What this will do is compress our thumbnail so it's in the best quality. And then once it's fully compressed, let's hit download. Save it to wherever you want. I'm just gonna save to my downloads, and then we can rename it to something like final, then let's hit save. So now if we open up our final thumbnail, it should look like this. And personally, I think this looks very clean. If this video did help you guys out, please consider subscribing as we are super close to 5K subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next video.